Okay, let's start today's session. In last day, we have discussed how to solve question with the identical polynomials. If two polynomials are identical, then we can compare the corresponding coefficients and find any value for any variables. Here, this is the last question we discussed on previous day. Here, this is the polynomial of the left hand side, and this is the polynomial on the right hand side. Here, both two polynomials are identical. Okay. Then we have found the values of a comma b comma c by compare the corresponding coefficients of both sides. And we compare the coefficient of x square and get these kind of equation a plus b equal to 1. Likewise, we equalize all the corresponding coefficient of both sides. Then we find the values for a and b and c. Okay. In previous day, if fx is a polynomial and gx also a polynomial, if two polynomials are identical, we say that if we plug a value for this variable, let's say x equal 1, then we have a value for fx as f1. And if we plug the same value for the variable on the right hand side polynomial, then we said that if two polynomials are identical, if we substitute the same value for two polynomials, then those two should be also equal. Likewise, for any real number, let's say any real number, if we substitute the variable with any real number, then both left hand side and right hand side should be equal to each other. That means for any k belongs to real number, fk should be equal to gk. If both two polynomials are identical, if fx is identical to gx, that means for any real number, fk should be equal to gk. That means if we substitute x as 0, then f0 should be equal to g0. Likewise, f half should be equal to g half. Likewise, f minus 2 need to be equal to g minus 2. Likewise, we can get any real number. From that theory, we are going to solve the last question that we discussed in the previous day. Okay, first write down those things from here to here. If two polynomials are identical, then we can plug the same value for the variable and we can equal both left hand side and right hand side. On that day, our question was a times x minus 1 times x minus 2 plus b times x minus 3 times x plus 1 is identical to x square minus x square minus x plus c. Then we need to find the values of a, b, c. We already know a method by equaling both corresponding coefficient, and we can get the values of a, b, and c. Now we are going to solve the same question by substituting real numbers for our variable. Like if x is identical to gx, then we can say fk is equal to gk for any k belongs to real number. Okay, now we are going to solve this question with the new method. This is called method 2 for the same question. Okay, now this is our left hand side polynomial. This is our left hand side polynomial, and this is our right hand side polynomial. Okay, now we can use any real number and equal the both sides. Okay, let's say here, if we plug x equal 1, if we substitute x with 1, then in our left hand side variable, in left hand side polynomial, we have a times 1 minus 1 times 1 minus 2 plus b times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 1. On the right hand side, we get 1 square minus 1 plus c. We simply substitute our variable with x equal 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. Then we know 0 times any number is 0. Then the whole this term is cancelled out. This is 0. And 1 minus 3 means negative 2. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Then on left hand side, we get minus 4b. On the right hand side, we get 1 square means 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then c. Then this is our equation 1. We simply substitute a real number for our variable, but with a smart way. Here we can remove this variable. Here there are 3 variables, a, b, c. Simply we can remove this variable by plugging x equal 1, because when we substitute x equal 1, this bracket goes to 0. That means we can simply remove that variable. Okay. Likewise, if we use x equal 2, now our left hand side is a times 2 minus 1. We simply substitute x with number 2. Then 2 minus 2 plus b times here x minus 3. That means 2 minus 3 times 2 plus 1. Then our right hand side, we get 2 square minus 2 plus 6. Then simply this term is cancelled out because 2 minus 2 is 0. From here, 2 minus 3 is negative 1 and 2 plus 1 is 3. That means on the left hand side, we get 0 minus 3b. And on the right hand side, we get 2 square means 4 minus 2 plus c. That means 2 plus c. Okay, this is our equation 2. From those two equations, simply we can get the values of b and c. Okay, likewise, we can substitute any values for both sides. Okay, now here if we plug x equal minus 1, if we plug x equal minus 1, then this bracket it goes to 0. Then next we can substitute x equal minus 1 because then this variable cancel out and we can get the value for a. Okay, if we substitute x equal minus 1, then our left hand side we get a times minus 1 times minus 1 minus 2 plus b times minus 1 minus 3 times minus 1 plus 1. Simply I substitute x equal minus 1 for all the x's. Now our right hand side is x square, that is minus 1 square minus 1 plus c. Then we get here minus 2, here minus 3. Here we get 0. That means these terms are goes to 0. Then we get 6a on the left hand side. And on the right hand side we get negative 1 square means 1. Negative times negative 1 means also plus 1 plus c. Then we get another equation, 6a is equal to 2 plus c. This is our third equation. Now we have three variables. That are a, b and c. Also we have three equations. Equation 1, equation 2 and equation 3. That means we have three variables and we have the similar number of equations. Then we can find the values of a and b and c because number of variables are equal to, that means number of variables are equal to number of equations. Then we can simply find all the variables. Okay. Now our first equation is minus 4b equal to c. This is our first equation. And our second equation is minus 3b is equal to 2 plus c. Our third equation is 6a equals to 2 plus c. Okay. From 1, we know c equal minus 4b. Then we can substitute that value for the variable c in the second equation. Then from 2, we can have minus 3b is equal to 2 plus c means minus 4b. Then we can move minus 4b for this side, then we get 4b minus 3b equal to 2. That means b is equal to 2. From 1, we get c equal minus 4b. That means minus 4 times, we know now the value of b is 2. Then minus 4 times 2. That means c equal to minus 8. Okay. From the third equation, we know 6a equal to 2 plus c. That means 6a equal to 2 minus 8. That means 6a equal to minus 6. And that from that we can get a is equal to minus 1. Okay. Here we solve the similar equation by substituting appropriate values for our variable. Here, if we have this kind of expression, we simply substitute the values that gives these kind of brackets equal to 0. Here, let me repeat. Here, a times x minus 1, x minus 2 plus b times x minus 3, x plus 1 equal to x square minus x plus c. Then we need to find some smart values to get the answers easily. For that, we get each bracket and we can substitute answers that gives the bracket the whole entire value of the bracket to 0. That means if we plug x equal 1, then this bracket becomes 0. Also, we can have another value from by looking this bracket. We can simply substitute x equal 2. Then this bracket cancel out with 0 and a variable will be removed. Likewise, in this bracket, we can remove this bracket by substituting x equal 3. Likewise, we can remove this bracket by substituting x equal minus 1. Here, we only need to find 3 values. Only need to find 3 values. That means we only need to substitute for x to only 3 real numbers. Only 3 real numbers. That means we can choose numbers from either 1 or here x equal to, or here we get x equal 3, or here we get x equal minus 1. That means we can choose any 3 real numbers and get the answers for this question. That is a second method to solve this kind of equations. Okay. Now I will give 2 minutes to write down this. Okay. Using the second method, try to solve this question. The method that we learned today. Now I am going to solve this question. Here in our left hand side we have p x minus 3 times x plus 1 plus q x x minus 1 is equal to 2x square minus 3x plus k. Then here this bracket is x minus 3. That means this bracket becomes 0 when x equal to 3. Then this bracket is x plus 1. Then this becomes 0 if x equal to minus 1. Then this bracket is simply x. That means if x equals 0, this bracket becomes 0. Here this bracket is becomes 0 when x equal to 1. Now we can choose values either minus 1 or 0 or 1 or 3 to cancel some variables from P, Q and K. Okay. Now we need to find values for P, Q and K. That means we have 3 variables. That means we need to get 3 numbers from those values minus 1, 0, 1 and 3. Simple, one of most simplest value is x equal to 0. Then if we substitute x equals 0 for left hand side, we get p times 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 1 plus q times 0, 0 minus 1. On the right hand side, we get 2 times 0 square minus 3 times 0 plus k. From here, we get minus 3. From here, we get 1. That means minus 3p. Plus from here, we get 0 is equal to here. This value also 0. This become also 0. And on the right hand side, we get k. That means the first equation is minus 3p is equal to k. Okay. Now we can plug value from these remaining 3 values. Simply we can get x equal 1. Then when we plug x equal 1, we get p times 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 1 times q times 1, 1 minus 1 is equal to 2 times 1 whole square minus 3 times 1 plus k. From here we get minus 2. From here we get plus 2. From here we get 0. That means finally we have minus 4p plus 0 is equal to 2 minus 3 plus k. That means minus 4p is equal to minus 1 plus k. This is our second equation. Okay. Now we can either pick minus 1 or 3 for finding our next equation. Here, if we plug x equal 3, then our left hand side become p times here x minus 3. That means 3 minus 3. Then x plus 1. That means 3 plus 1 plus q times x. That means q times 3 plus x minus 1. That means 3 minus 1 equal to 2 times 3 whole square minus 3 times 3 plus k. Then this term cancel out because all are become 0. Then 0 plus q times 3 times 2 is equal to 2 times 9 minus 9 plus k. That means 6q is equal to 9 plus k. This is our third equation. Now we have three equations. First one is minus 3p is equal to k. This is our first equation. Our second equation is minus 4p is equal to minus 1 plus k. Our third equation is 6q equal to 9 plus k. Now we have three equations and three variables. Then we can find all the three variables by simplifying those three equations. Okay, from 1 we know k is equal to minus 3p. Then we can substitute this value for the second equation. From 2 we get minus 4p is equal to minus 1 plus k. That means minus 3p. Then from if we move 3 minus 3p to this side, then we get minus p is equal to minus 1. From that we get p equal to 1. Then from the first equation we know k is equal to minus 3p. That means k is equal to minus 3 times p means 1. Then k is equal to negative 3. From the third equation we know 6q is equal to 9 plus k. That means 9 plus minus 3. Then 6q is equal to 6. That means q is equal to 1. Then t is equal to 1. Q is also equal to 1. K is equal to minus 3. Those are the answers for the question. Okay, I will give 2 minutes to write down those things. Write down the next topic. Long division for polynomials. This is our new topic. Long divisions for polynomials. Now we are going to learn how to use long division for polynomials. Let's write down this topic. Okay, first I will explain how long division works with a numerical example. Let's say we have 450. We need to divide this by 3. We need to divide 415 by 3. Four hundred and 15 by 3. Okay. This is our long division symbol. Inside we write 450. We give a name for the 415 as dividend. Dividend. I think you already know those terms in your O levels. Then we divide 415 by 3. We divide 415 by 3. We give name for this number as divisor. This is the divisor. Okay. Now we are going to divide this number by 3. Then we use those steps to develop an algorithm to divide polynomials with the long division. Here, first we compare this number, the first number, and our divisor, the first number of the dividend and the divisor. Then we try to find how many trees inside the 4. Inside the 4, there are how many trees inside the 4. We already know there are only, we can plug only one tree. Then the answer we write down here in the upside of the division mark. Then first we divide. That means first we divide the first number of the dividend from the divisor. That means first we do the division. Then we multiply these two numbers and plug the answer in here. That means 3 times 1 means 3. Then the second one we have done is multiply. That means we multiply the divisor with this number. Okay. Then we subtract these two. We subtract 4 from 3. Then we get 1. That means the next operation we have done is subtract. The next operation we have done is subtract. After that, we bring down those remaining terms. After that, we bring down those remaining terms. That means 1 and 5. That means the next operation is bring down. Bring down the remaining terms. This is the main operations of our long division. Now again we are repeating the same pattern. That means we need to compare the first number whether we can divide by 3. If we cannot divide by that number with 3, then we need to compare first two numbers. Then here first two numbers are 11. Then we need to find how many numbers are there inside the 11. How many numbers are there inside the 11? Simply, we can have only 3 trees inside the 11. Then we put that number in our upside of the division mark. Okay. Then we again multiply that number with the divisor. That means first we again do the division. Then again we need to do the multiplication. We repeat the same kind of operation again and again. Then we get 3 times 3, we get 9. Then we subtract these two numbers. That means then we do the operation of subtraction. Then we know 11 minus 9 is 2. Then we bring down the other remaining numbers. That means we need to bring down 5. That means our next operation is bringing down the remaining term. Okay. Again, if this number can be divided by 3, then again we need to repeat the same process. Now we need to find how many trees are there in 25. How many trees are there in 25? We already know there are 8 trees inside the 25. That means we simply divide 25 by 3 and found how many trees are there. Then we already know 8 trees are there. Then again, first we do the division. Then again, we do our second method, second step, that means multiplication. Simply repeat those kind of 4 steps again and again. Then 3 times 8. We need to find the value of 3 times 8. That means 24. Then we need to subtract those 2 terms. Then we will get 1. Then we do the subtraction. Okay, now there are no remaining terms. Now there are no remaining terms. No remaining terms. That means we do not want to use the bringing down operation. Okay, now here this number is less than our divisor. Here 1 is now our final value. Now our value is 1. Our value is 1. Here 1 is less than our divisor. 1 is less than our divisor. If our value is less than divisor, we stop our all the operation. Stop our all the operation. That means if the value is less than the divisor, we stop our operations. Or we stop our steps. Then the final value, we call this value as remainder. This is our remainder. And the value on the upper side, we call this number, that means 138, we call quotient. We call this as quotient. This is the dividend and this is the divisor. This is the remainder and this is the quotient. Okay. Now I think you can understand how we have used lone division for the numerical example. Okay. Please write down those things. We follow these kind of exact steps for our lone division for polynomials also. That's why I first give this kind of example for you all. Okay. Now we are going to use lone division for divide polynomials. Here inside the division mark, we write our dividend. That means x square plus 5x plus 2. Then on the left hand side, we write our divisor. That means x plus 3. This is exactly same as 415 divided by 3 in our numerical example. Okay. Here first we compare these two numbers, 4 over 3, and find how many trees inside the 4. Likewise, similarly, we compare the leading coefficient, the leading term of the dividend and the leading term of the divisor. That means we need to compare x square and the x. That means we need to compare leading terms. Leading terms. We learn what are the leading terms. That means the term with the highest power of the variable. Here variable is x. This is the highest power term, and this is the highest power term of the divisor. Similarly, we divide those two leading terms. That means x square over x. Then from this, we get the value x. Simply x square over x means x. Then this is the first term of the quotient. Similarly, here we compare 415 with 3 and put 1 here. That means similarly we put x here. Then we multiply these two numbers. First we use divide, then multiply, then subtract, then bring down. Same step we repeating again and again in the polynomial division also. Now we multiply these two. Then we get x square plus 3x. Similar here, what we have done is x is multiplied with x plus 3. Then we get x times x square, and x times 3, 3x. Then we already done divide and also we done multiplication. Now we need to do subtraction. Now we need to subtract those two polynomials. Then we already know when subtracting these two terms cancel out. X square minus x square is 0. Then 5x minus 3x means 2x. Simply here what we have done is x square plus 5x plus 12 subtract with x square plus 3x. Okay, here x squared terms are cancelled out. Then 5x minus 3x is 2x. Then we bringing down the remaining term. Here plus 12 is remaining. Okay, now we check again, can we divide those, the remaining term and the divisor. Okay, here our remaining term is 12x, 2x plus 12, and our divisor is x plus 3. Again, we need to compare the leading terms. We need, again, I repeat, again, we need to divide the leading terms to find the value for our quotient. Here, leading term of 2x plus 12 is 2x. Then we need to divide that with the leading term of the divisor. That means x. From here, we get the value plus 2. Then we plug that value in our quotient plus 2. Then here we first do the division. Then we need to multiply the entire divisor with the new number. If this is the new number, we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. That means we need to multiply our number is 2 and our divisor is x plus 3. That means we get 2x plus 6. Similarly, here plus 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times plus 3 is plus 6. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then 2x are cancelled out and 12 minus 6 become 6. Now here this is the now we get 6x. Also there are no remaining terms. There are no remaining terms. Now our value here, our final value is 6. Here the degree of the final value, the remaining value is 0. That means 6 times x to the power 0. That is the reason degree become 0. Here this is the degree of the value we get. Here what is the degree of our divisor? What is the degree of divisor? The degree of divisor is 1. That means the leading term is x. That means x to the power 1. Then the power is the degree. Now, in our numerical example, we stop our division when we cannot divide that number with the divisor. Here, 1 is less than divisor. If the value is less than divisor, we stop our operation. Likewise, in polynomial division, if the degree, we compare the degree. If the degree the remaining polynomial of the remaining polynomial, if the degree of the remaining polynomial less than the degree of the divisor, we stop our division. This is the rule for stop the divisions of polynomials. Now, here 0 is less than 1, then we stop our operation, stop the lone division. Okay. I think you can understand how we have used the lone division for dividing polynomials. First, write down those things in this page, then I will give a simple note and discuss another example with you. First, write down those things. Now we will write down a short note. Here we need to do is first divide. Write down with me also. Divide the leading term. Divide the leading term. Divide the leading term of the dividend here in our example, that means x quarter by the leading term by the leading term by the leading term by the leading term of the divisor of the divisor of the divisor. The result is the result is the result is the first term of first term of first term of our quotient. First term of our quotient. Then multiply the first term, multiply the first term, that means x, multiply the first term by the entire divisor, by the entire divisor, by the entire divisor. That means inside bracket write down x plus 3. Here our divisor is x plus 3. And subtract and subtract the result. Subtract the result. Subtract the result. Then on the next line, we bring down we bring down we bring down the next term we bring down the next term and repeat the process and repeat the process. Repeat the process. The remainder the remainder the remainder is the remainder is what is left after what is left after what is left after the final subtraction. The final subtraction. Okay, now I will do another example and then give some example to do your our next example is divide x cube plus 4x square plus 10x plus 80 by x plus 2. Let me repeat, divide x cube plus 4x square plus 10x plus 80 by x plus 2. Okay, now we write down our dividend and the divisor. Here x cube plus 4x square plus 10x plus 80 our divisor is x plus 3. First, we compare the leading terms of both two and divide them. X cube over x will get the answer result of x square. Then we put that as our first term of the quotient. Then we multiply that term with the entire divisor. Then we will get x cube plus 3x square. Then we subtract those two. Then x cubes are cancelled out. 4x square minus 3x square will give x square. Then we bring down the remaining terms. That means plus 10x and plus 80. Then the leading term of here is x square and the leading term here is x. That means we need to divide x square with the x. Then we will get the answer as x. Then we put that answer here. Then we need to multiply this with our entire divisor. So here we put x plus 2. Okay, here we put x plus 3 in our equation. Okay, then we need to multiply it with this. Then we get x square plus 3x, x square plus 3x. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then x squares are cancelled out. Then 10x minus 3x will give 7x. And we need to bring down our plus 8. Now, here the leading term is 7x. And our divisor leading term is x. Now, we need to divide those two. It will give result as 7. Then, we need to put plus 7 in our quotient. Then, we need to multiply this number with the entire divisor. That means it will give 7x plus 21. Now we need to subtract those two terms. Then 7x will cancel out and 80 minus 621 means 59. Okay, now here 59, the polynomial 59, the degree is 0. But our divisor degree is 1. Here 0 is less than 1. Then we need to stop our all the operation. Now this is the remainder. And this is our dividend, and the whole term is quotient, and this is our divisor. Then our quotient is x square plus x plus 7. Our remainder is 59. Those are the answers for the question. Okay, write down this example. And I will give questions for you all. Do that and send me the answers after writing down the example. First one is x to the power 4 plus 4x cube plus 9x square plus 30x plus 100 need to divide by x plus 3. The second one is x cube plus 2x square plus 8x plus 20 divided by x minus 3. Do the first question only. Do the first question only and send me the answers. You can do this question after the class. Like in do this as a homework. The second question is homework question. First one is you need to do in the class time and send me the answers. Send the answers for the first question only. Do the first question only and send me the answers. Okay. Now I will do the question. Here our question is x to the power 4 plus 4x cube plus 9x square plus 30x plus 100. We need to divide this by x plus 3. First, we need to compare the leading term of the dividend and leading term of the divisor. That means x to the power 4 over x means x cube. Now the first term of the quotient is x cube. Then we need to multiply this with entire divisor. Then we will get x to the power 4 plus 3x cube. Then we need to subtract. When subtract, these two terms are cancelled out. Then we remain here x cube. Then we need to bring down these terms. 9x square plus 30x plus 100. Now we need to compare, we need to divide the leading term of this polynomial and divisor. That means x cube over x means x square. Then here the next term of the quotient is x square. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then we will get x cube plus 3x square. Then we need to subtract those two. Then x cubes are cancelled out. Then we get 6x cube x square. And here we get remaining terms bring down. That means 30x plus 100. Then this is the leading term of the remaining term, 6x square. This is the leading term of the quotient of the divisor. We need to divide those two terms. Then we get 6x from here. Then we write down our next term as 6x in the quotient. Then we need to multiply 6x with entire divisor. That means 6x times x is 6x square. 6x times 3 is 18x. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then the 6x square terms are cancelled out. 30x minus 18x means 12x. Then 100 is need to bring down. Then we need to divide 12x. That means leading term of the remain with the leading term of the divisor. Then we will get value as 12. Then we write down 12 as our next term in the quotient. Then we need to multiply 12 with the entire divisor. That means 12x plus 36. Then we need to subtract those two. That means 64. Here 64 is, the degree of 64 is 0 and the degree of our divisor is 1. Then we need to stop our operation. Then our remainder is 64. Our quotient is x cube plus x square plus 6x plus 12. Okay. I will give 1 minute to write down the answer. write down a simple and important note. Write down this as note with me. Before 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 begin the division, before begin the division, before begin the division, we must write, we must write we must write both the dividend both the dividend and the divisor and the divisor in standard form. In standard form. Open a bracket and write down descending descending powers of the variable. Descending power of variable. Inside the bracket write down descending powers of variables. The next line write down furthermore 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 if any term is missing, if any term is missing, we must keep a blank. We must keep a blank. We must keep a blank. This is essential to this is essential to this is essential to keep the columns keep the columns keep the columns aligned correctly. align correctly. Okay. Now I will explain what are those in the our important note. This is very important note. Now I will explain those in with the example. Let's say we are given a question like 1 minus, sorry, 1 plus 2x cube plus x to the power 5 minus x. Need to divide by x minus 1. Okay. This is our dividend and this is our divisor. Okay. In the first rule, what he said is we need to order both dividend and the divisor with the descending power of variable. That means first we need to, that means first we need to write our leading term. First we need to write our leading term. Then powers are written in descending order. Descending order. That means we need to format this again. That means the highest term is x to the power 5. Then the next highest term is 2x cube. And the next highest term is minus 6. The next remaining term is plus 1. This is the correct format we need to adjust before we are going to start our lone division. Here our divisor is already formatted well. This is the highest power and this is the second highest power. Then we no need for rearranging the divisor. But here our dividend we need to rearrange because the highest power term, that means the leading term, is not the in front, not in the front, and also the powers are not in descending order. Okay, this is the first rule. What inside the first of the note, first thing of the important note. Now, when we closely observe, inspect this, here we have term with the power 5, term with the power 5, and also we have term with the power 3. Also, we have term with the power 3. And also, we have term with the power 1 and power 0. Here, this is the highest power. And this is the lowest power. But here, there is no term with the power 4. And here, there is no term with the power 2. Then, when we writing down the dividend inside our lone division, we need to keep a small blank for those two terms. Let me repeat. If there are no term inside our dividend, we need to keep a simple blank for those two terms. I think you can understand when I write down this. Here, our dividend is, here our dividend is x to the power 5. The second term is, there is no second term. Then we simply keep a blank. Our third term is 2x cube. Then our fourth term also, there is no fourth term. Then we simply keep a blank. Then our next term is minus 6. Next term is minus 6 and our last term is plus 1. Here we no need to put a line here. This is no need to put a line. We simply need the blank to put a blank here. This is not essential. If you we can this operation is done to align to keep the columns aligned correctly. Only that is the need of this method. Now here we have x minus 1. Now we need to start our operations. First we divide this the leading term with of the dividend with the leading term of the divisor. Then we will get x to the power 4. Then we need to multiply with the entire divisor. Then we will get x to the power 5 minus x to the power 4. Then we need to subtract those two. Then x square term x to the power 5, fifth term is cancelled out. Then we get plus x to the power 4. Why we get plus x to the power 4? Because here we have minus sign. Here from 0 we minus x square x to the power 4. That means we will get x to the power 4. Then we bring down the remaining terms. That means plus 2x cube plus here we keep blank minus 6 plus 1. Here the need of the keeping blank is to align columns correctly. That is why we use blanks. Okay, now we compare x to the power 4 with x. Then when we divide x to the power 4 by x, we will get plus x cube. Then we will get answer as then we need to multiply this with entire divisor. Then we will get x to the power 4 minus x cube. Then we need to subtract those two. Then x to the power 4 terms are cancelled out. 2x minus x cube will give 3x cube plus here there is no term, then we keep blank. Here we need to bring down remaining terms minus x plus 1. Then we need to divide 3x cube, that means leading term of the remaining term with the x. Then it will give plus 3x square. Then we need to multiply that term with the entire divisor. Then we will get 3x cube minus 3x square. Then we need to subtract. When subtracting, those two terms are cancelled out. Then we will get plus 3x square. Then we need to bring those terms down. That means minus x plus 1. Now we need to divide this with this. Then we will get plus 3x. Then we need to multiply back it with the entire divisor. Then we will get 3x square minus 3x. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then 3x square and 3x square will cancel out. Minus 3x minus x minus 3x means plus 2x. Let me repeat again. Here in the first term there is minus x. Then we need to subtract the second term. Subtract the minus 3x. Then from this operation we will get minus x plus 3x. That means 2x. Then we need to bring down plus 1. Now we need to divide the leading term with this leading term. Then it will give us plus 2. Then we need to multiply back it with our entire divisor. Then we will have 2x minus 2. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then 2x will cancel out. 1 minus minus 2 will give 3. Now here degree is 0. Our divisor degree is 1. Then we need to stop our operations. Then our remainder is our remainder is C3 and our quotient is x to the power 4 plus x to the power 3 plus 3x square plus 3x plus 2. Okay, I think now you will understand what inside our important note. We need to put variable terms in descending order of powers. In the first term, it is need to be the leading term. If any term is missing between the leading term and the constant, we need to keep blank for them, because then it is easier to divide those polynomials and it is our columns are correctly aligned if we keep those blanks. Okay, write down those things. I will scroll down after 1 minute. This is the question. 2 times x to the power 4 plus x square plus 1 minus x need to divide by x minus 2. This is the question. Try by your own and send me the answers via WhatsApp. I will explain the answer. Here, first we need to write down in the standard form this dividend. That means 2x to the power 4 plus blank plus x square minus x plus 1. We need to divide this with x minus 2. Let me repeat. First, we need to write down this in standard form. If some terms are missing, then we need to keep blanks for those terms. Then we need to divide the leading term of the dividend with the leading term of the divisor. That means 2x cube will be the first term of our quotient. Then we need to multiply back with entire divisor. Then it will give 2x to the power 4 minus 4x cube. Then we need to subtract those. Then it will cancel out this term and minus 4x cube will become plus 4x cube when we subtract it. Then we need to bring down those remaining terms. Plus x square minus 6 plus 1. Then we need to divide the leading term of the remaining with the divisor. Then it will give plus 4x square plus 4x square. Then we need to multiply it with entire divisor. Then it will give 4x cube minus 8x square. Then we need to do the subtraction. Then it will remove those terms and we will get 9x square from the subtraction. Then we need to bring down those two terms, minus x plus 1. Then we need to divide this with the x. Then it will give plus 9x. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then it will give 9x square minus 18x. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then 9x square cancel out. Then it will give 17x from here. Then we need to bring down plus 1. Then we need to divide 17x with the x. Then it will give plus 70. Then we need to multiply 17 with entire divisor. Then it will give 17x minus 34. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then it will give 17x will cancel out. 1 minus 34 means 35. Then remainder is 35. Quotient is 2x cube plus 4x square plus 9x minus 70. Okay. Write down the answer if you were unable to solve it correctly. Okay. Now we are going to divide divide with the degree 2 polynomials. That means divisor is kind of the degree of device is greater than 1. Here until now we only divide with the degree 1 devices. But from now onwards, we are going to divide with higher degrees. Okay, first I will do an example question. Let's say example divide x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 20 by x square plus 2x plus 2. Okay. Now we are going to divide those two polynomials. Here our dividend is x cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 20. And our divisor is x square plus 2x plus 2. The procedures are exactly same. First, we need to compare the leading term of the dividend with the leading term of divisor. Then we need to divide those two terms. It will result x. Then we put that in our first term as quotient. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then it will give x cube plus 2x square plus 2x. Then we need to subtract those terms. Then x cube is cancelled out. 3x square minus 2x square will give x square. 5x minus 2x will give 3x. Then we need to bring down plus 20. Then this is the leading term of the remaining term, and this is the leading term. Then x square over x square will give 1. Then we put plus 1 here. Then we need to multiply it with entire divisor. Then it will give x square plus 2x plus 2. Now we need to subtract those terms. Then these two terms are cancelled out. 3x minus 2x is x. 20 minus 2 is 18. Now, degree of this is 1. Degree of x plus 18 is 1. Degree of the divisor is 2. Now, degree of divisor is greater than the remaining term. Then we need to stop our operation. Then this is the remainder. Let me repeat here. This term, degree of this term is 1. It is less than the degree of the divisor. Then we need to stop our operations. Okay. Then the final quotient is x plus 1. Then the remainder is x plus 18. Okay. First, write down this example. Then I will give another question. Try this by your own and send me the answers. Okay. I will give 4 questions. I will give 4 questions. Do all the 4 questions correctly and send me the answers. First one is x to the power 4. First write down those examples and then try to do the question, all the 4 questions. When you finish the first one, send me that answer. Likewise, when you finish the second one, send that answer again. Likewise, send me the answers one by one for the all 4 questions. Do these 4 questions and send me the answers one by one. Okay. Here our first question was x to the power 4 plus 3x cube minus x square plus x plus 2. Need to divide with x square minus 2. Okay. First, we need to divide those two leading terms. It will give x to the power 4 over x square will give us x square. Then we put that in our first term as the first term of the quotient. Then we need to multiply those two. Then it will give us result as x to the power 4 minus 2x square. Let me repeat, it will give, when we multiply the first term of the quotient with the entire divisor, it will give us x to the power 4 minus 2x square. Now Here, first term is x to the power 4. Here, we have a missing term, x cube. Then we need to put a blank for that term. Let me repeat. Here, the x cube term is missing. So, we need to put a blank here. That means plus blank. Then, we have minus 2x cube. Why we here put a blank? Because to keep each corresponding columns aligned correctly. That is why we put here a bracket. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then it will cancel out x to the power 4. Then here 3x cube plus 3x cube minus 0x cube means 3x cube. Here minus x square minus 2x square means plus x square. And we need to bring down those two terms, plus x plus 2. Then we need to divide the leading term with the leading term of the divisor. Then it will give 3x cube over x square will give 3x. Then we put plus 3x here. Then we need to multiply with the entire divisor. Then it will give 3x cube minus 6x. Let me repeat. It will give 3x square 3x cube minus 6x. Here is x square term is missing. Then we need to keep a blank for the x square term. And we will have minus 6x. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then x cube term is cancelled out. Then we will get x square x minus 6x means 7x. Then plus 2 need to bring down. Then we need to divide x square with the x square. That means leading term of this with the leading term of the divisor. Then it will result plus 1. Then we have plus 1. Then we need to multiply it with entire divisor. Then we will have x square minus 2. Here middle term is missing. We keep a blank for that. Minus 2. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then x square will cancel out. 7x is remain and 2 minus 2 means plus 4. Then our quotient is x square plus 3x plus 1. Our remainder is 7x plus 4. Okay. Write down those things and try other three examples and send me the answers one by one. Okay. Second question was x to the power 5 plus 2x cube minus x square plus 5x minus 1 need to divide by x cube plus 3x minus 1. Here our divisor is x cube plus 3x minus 1. And our dividend is x to the power 5 plus there is no x to the power 4 terms, then we keep blank, plus 2x cube minus x square plus 5x minus 1. Now we need to divide this term, that means leading term of both leading term of the dividend with the leading term of divisor. Then it will give x to the power 2. Then we need to multiply with entire divisor. Then it will result x to the power 5. Let me repeat. X square need to multiply with entire divisor. Then it will give results x5 plus 3x cube minus x square. Here there are no term x to the power 4. Then we need to keep blank for that term. Then we need to keep blank for that term. Then here remain 3x cube minus x square plus c. These are the terms when we get multiply with entire divisor. Then we need to subtract those. Then x to the power 5 term is cancelled out. Then there is no x to the power 4 term also. Then here remaining is 2x cube minus 3x cube means minus x cube. Then when we subtract, those two terms also cancel out. That means there are no term here. Then we need to bring down those two terms plus 5x minus 1. Let me repeat. When we subtract, this x to the power 5 term is cancelled out. Then there is no x to the power 4 terms. Then there are no. Then 2x cube minus 3x cube means minus x cube. Then minus x square minus s square means those two terms also cancel out. Then that means 0 x square. Since there are no x square term, we keep blank for that. Then we need to bring down those remaining terms. Okay. Now our highest term is minus x square. The leading term of the remaining term is minus x cube. Our leading term of the divisor is x cube. Then we need to divide those two terms. It will give minus 1. Then we need to multiply that minus 1 with the entire divisor. Then we will have minus x to the power cube minus 3x. That means no x square terms. Minus 3x minus 1 times minus 1 plus 1. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then this x cube term will cancel out. There are no x square terms. Then 5x minus 3x means 8x minus 1 minus plus 1 means minus 2. Then this is the remainder. That means our quotient is x square minus 1. Our remainder is 8x minus 2. Write down those things and do the next two question, third question and fourth question. I will do the third question. Here we need to divide x to the power 4 plus x to the power 2 minus 1 by x square minus 2. Okay. Here x square, since there are no x cube term, we keep blank, plus x square, since there are no x term, we keep blank, minus 1. Here we need to divide by x minus 2. Okay, first we divide the leading term of the dividend with the leading term of divisor. Then it will give result x square. Then x square need to multiply with the entire divisor. Then it will result x to the power 4 minus 2x square minus 2x square. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then x to the power 4 term is cancelled out. There are no terms in x cube. X square minus 2x square will result 3x square. Plus we need to bring down the blank. We need to bring down minus 1. Then we need to divide 3x square with the x square. Then it will give result as plus 3. Then we need to multiply plus 3 with entire divisor. Then it will give 3x square minus 6. That means plus blank minus 6. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then x square terms will cancel out and there are no remaining terms. Then minus 1 minus minus 6 means plus 5. This is the remainder. Then final answers quotient is x square plus 3. Remainder is plus 5. Those are the answers for the third question. First write down those things and try the fourth question. Here fourth question was x cube plus x square minus 2x plus 1 need to divide by 2x minus 1. Okay. I will do the next question. X cube plus x square minus 2x plus 1 need to divide by 2x minus 1. First, we need to divide the leading term of the dividend with the leading term of divisor. Then it will give x cube over 2x will give x square over 2. Then the first term of the quotient is x square over 2. Then we need to multiply it with the entire quotient. Then it will give x square minus x square over 2. So x cube minus x square over 2. Then we need to subtract those terms. Then it will result x cube terms will cancel out. Then here x square minus x square over 2. That means x square plus x square over 2. Then it will give 3 over 2 times x square. Then we need to bring down those remaining terms. That means minus 2x plus 1. Now our leading term is 3 over 2 x square. Leading term is 3 over 2 x square. Now we need to divide it with the leading term of the divisor. That means this need to be divided with 2x. Then it will give the results as 3 over 4 times x. Then we need to put that in our quotient, 3x over 4. Now we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then it will give results as 3 over 2x square minus 3x over 4. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then this will cancel out. Then we have minus 2x minus 3x over 4. That means we have minus 2x plus 3x over 4. To add those two, we need common denominator. That means 4. Then we have 4 over minus 8x plus 3x. That means minus 5x over 4. Then here remaining minus 5x over 4. Then we need to bring down plus 1 from here. Then we need to divide this term, that means leading term of the remaining part, with the leading term of 2x. That means we need to divide 5 minus 5x over 4 with, we need to divide this with 2x. That means minus 5x over 4 need to multiply with the reciprocal of this value, 2x. That means minus 5 over 8. Then we keep that as our next term of the remainder, that is minus 5 over 8. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then it will give us results as minus 5x over 4 plus 5 over 8. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then these two terms are cancelled out. Then here remaining term is 1 minus 5 over 8. That means 3 over 8. This is the final answer for the fourth question. Okay, write down those answers also. Okay, now I am going to solve some kind of different question. Here thing, we need to divide x square plus 5x plus 8 by x plus k. Now here k is any real number. Previously all the coefficient were numbers, but here now this is can be any real number. Now we are going to divide such kind of polynomials. All the steps are remain same. X square plus 5x plus 8 need to divide by x plus k. We think this k as any real number. Then all the steps are remaining same. First, we need to divide the leading term with the leading term of the divisor. Then we will have the answer x square. Then we need to multiply it with entire divisor. Then we will have, so here answer is x. Then we will have x square plus kx. Now think this k is any number like 1 or 2 or 3 or any number. Now our next step is need to subtract those two. Then x square terms will cancel out. When we subtract 5x minus kx, then answer is 5 minus k times x. This is simply x is a common factor, then 5 minus k times x. Then here remain 5 minus k times x. Then we need to bring down other term. That means plus 8. Now this can be divided again with our divisor. That means 5 minus k times x can be divided by x. Then the value is 5 minus k. Then we put that 5 minus k in as our next term of the quotient. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then we will have 5 minus k times x plus 5 minus k times k. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then this x term is cancelled out. Then remaining is 8 minus 5 minus k times k. That means here this answer is 8 minus 5k plus k square. This is the final remainder. Then our quotient is x plus 5 minus k. Then our remainder is 8 minus 5k plus k square. Here k can be any real number. By using this, k can be 1, 2, minus half, or 90, or any real number. K can be any real number. We do the same kind of operation by thinking k is a real number. All the operations are remain very same with the previous examples. Okay, first write down this example. After writing down this example, try this question by your own and send me the answers. The question is ax square plus bx square plus c need to be divided by x plus 4. After writing down the example, try this question by your own and send me the answers. If anyone finished the first question, try this question by your own. Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d need to divide by x square plus 1. If the first question already finished, type the second question and send me the answers. Okay, I will explain the first question. We need to divide ax square plus bx plus c by x plus 4. Okay, think these a, b, c are some real numbers like 1 or 2 or 3 or any real number. All the operations are same. Here the leading term is ax square. Here leading term is x. Now we need to divide the both leading terms. Then it will give us a times x. Simply x, 1x is cancelled out and will give a times x. Then we put in our quotient. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then it will result ax square plus 4ax. Simply ax multiply with x plus 4. That means ax square plus 4ax. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then ax square will cancel out. we, there is remaining b minus 4a. That means we have bx minus 4ax. Then we can factor out x, then remain b minus 4a. Very simple. Then we need to bring down this plus c. Think those are just like numbers. Then we need to divide the leading term of this with the leading term of the divisor. Then b minus 4a x need to be divided by x. Then x are cancelled out. Plus b minus 4a is remaining. B minus 4a is remaining. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then we will get b minus 4a times x plus b minus 4a times 4. Simply multiply this with all the terms inside the divisor. Then we need to subtract those two terms. Then these will cancel out. Finally remaining c minus 4 times b minus 4a. That means we can expand this as c minus 4b plus 16a. This is the final remainder. This is the final remainder. This is the quotient, final quotient. Okay. Write down this also. I will explain the next question also. Here, the leading term of this is ax cube. Leading term of the divisor is x to the power 2. Then we need to divide ax cube with x to the power 2. Then we get answer as ax. Then we put in that in our quotient. Then we need to multiply it with the entire divisor. Then we will get ax cube plus ax when we multiply that first term of the quotient with the entire divisor. Here there is no x square term. Then we need to keep a blank for that term. That means we, after multiplying ax with the divisor, entire divisor, we will get ax cube plus no terms in x square plus ax. Then we need to subtract those terms. Then this term will cancel out. Here remaining bx square plus c minus a times x. That means cx minus ax means x times c minus c. That is very simple one. Then we need to bring down plus d here. Then this is the leading term of the remaining term. This is the leading term of this. Then we need to divide bx square with the x square. Then it will give result at plus b. Then we need to put plus b here. Then we need to multiply it with entire divisor. Then it will give result as bx square plus b. Then we keep blank for x term. Here we give plus b. Then we need to subtract those two. Then bx square will term cancel out. Then c minus a times x plus d minus b will be remaining. This is the final answer. Then remainder is c minus a times x plus d minus b. Quotient is ax plus b. Okay, write down this answer. I will give 1 minute to write down this answer. Write down those three equations and do it as a homework questions.